Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. I wanted to come out and talk to you guys today about 3 things I do every single Sunday to prepare to have a successful week. So I know a lot of people like to think of Sunday as kind of like the last day of the week, ending up, tying up loose ends, relaxed day. And all of those things are really, really important. And I'll explain how I incorporate that in a moment. But I like to think of Sunday as the beginning of my next week. And I like to think of it as the fresh start for my next week. And so Sundays are probably the most important day for me. Outside of church and everything else, Sundays are the most important day for me because that's when I really get things in order to have a successful week ahead. So anyways, every Sunday I do 3 major things to make sure that I have a successful week. The first thing that I do is I do tie up loose ends. So I look back through everything that I was supposed to accomplish the week previously, and I mark off those things that were important, and I mark off those things that I may not have completed. Now, because I usually have a pretty good grip on my schedule, there's always very few things, and they're usually very minute things like, oh, I didn't vacuum the floor, and that's not something that's a priority immediately. But a lot of times when I see that, I do go ahead and I start working on that on Sundays. And so I use my Sundays as catch-up day. So I look back, reflect on everything that I hadn't done. And if it is something that is a priority, then I make the needed changes for the week ahead so that I can get that done so that it's not added to the upcoming to-do list. The second thing I do every single Sunday is I then make my new to-do list. Now, the problem with if you skip step 1 and go straight to step 2 is that your to-do list usually will end up being really lengthy and therefore become very overwhelming, and you'll probably be less likely to actually accomplish it because you're so overwhelmed from carrying things over. So I think step number 1 is really important if you want to be successful with step number 2. So I really hate to carry things over. So as best as I can avoid it, I will avoid it by doing those things, accomplishing those things. But then I write my to-do list. Now, I'm not a typical person that has a to-do list that writes 20 things down and then I check them off as I can. I actually organize my to-do list based on my days. And so I'll say, Monday is going to be the day that I am going to work with this number of clients and I'm going to work on this program. Tuesday is going to be the day that I'm going to clean. Wednesday is going to be the day I'm going to do, I organize it based on my day because I realize that every day doesn't look the same. And so I can't really expect that I can get the same amount of tasks done each day based on my client load, based on my school load, based on my kids' responsibilities and their extracurriculars. So I'm very organized when I break my to-do list down so that I have less things to look forward to each day, like less things that would overwhelm me each day. And I know that it's something that I can actually conquer. So I write down a very thorough to-do list. And then the third thing that I do every Sunday, and I talk about this, I emphasize it, it's super important, is I do what's called Slow Down Sunday. And I implement a slow down routine where I intentionally slow down my day. It's super easy to get consumed in being busy or checking off your to-do list, writing your to-do list, or budgeting, or all these great things, right? But if all you're doing is go, 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 you'll burn out really quick. It's kind of like a battery that's never charged. And so I use my slow down Sunday routine to recharge my battery. Just like we recharge our phone each day, I make sure that I recharge my body a little bit each day, but my Sunday task is a little bit longer. So my slow down Sunday routine looks different each Sunday, but I give myself, in addition to my power hour, in addition to times with my kids, in addition to church and meal prep and all these other things, I give myself an hour just to me. And so that to me hour can be anything, but it's not something that's going to take a lot of energy or a lot of work. It's something kind of like mindless. And so I don't watch a ton of TV. So recently I've been watching a show that I really love. And so Sundays I usually use that time to catch up on that show. That's been my mind freeing opportunity or task for the last few Sundays. There was another Sunday where I took my kids to a bounce house place. So I just really intend to do something that's mindless, something that doesn't cause a lot of work or dedication, but something where I could just refresh. And I'm always shocked or impressed that by the time my 1 hour is up, I usually want a little bit more, but I do kind of push myself to move forward. But by the time my 1 hour is up, I am more fueled and ready to go. I'm more revved up and ready to go and work on the things that I need to accomplish. So those are the 3 things I make a priority, a non-negotiable every single Sunday. I clear up my to-do list from the week before. I write an organized, detailed, and structured to-do list for the week ahead. And then the third task that I do is I slow down. I literally just slow down. So those are the three things. For you women that are entrepreneurs, just want to add a fourth step. One of the quick things that I do is I always plan my social media stuff for the week ahead. So I try to think of all the things that I want to post, all the things that are important topics, all the things I want to share, and I organize that on my to-do list as well, because that is part of my task. So that's just an added bonus for entrepreneurs. But I know many women in here are not entrepreneurs, so that's okay. So the other three steps are really imperative to make sure that you're implementing each Sunday so that you can have a successful and my favorite productive week ahead. So I am actually getting ready to go ahead and practice my slow down routine now. So I will chat with you guys later. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's different things that you implement that have worked successfully for you, that you have tried. And I would love to hear about those. Give me feedback. I love comments. I love conversation. Just write in the comments below, and I look forward to hearing from you. Any questions or concerns, always feel free to write me, and I'm happy to answer those. I do plan to do a video really soon about my organized to-do list, maybe give you guys a sample of what that looks like so that you can see what that to-do list looks like. So I am looking forward to talking to you ladies later, and I will chat with you soon. Bye. Continue with clarity.